Hi, welcome back to MK Sportscars here. We are with the Sprint 185 model, and today is the day of Dyno Day. So it's had a brand new installation. If you don't know what the Sprint 185 is, it's a 2-litre Dura-Power engine running on Gen V 45mm throttle bodies with Motorsport Electronics ECU. And what we've gone and done is road registered it. It's all IVA'd, but we want to get it on a dyno, see what numbers she makes. So we headed off up to RLM with Rich and his team to see how she gets on. That's it guys, head over to RLM. Right, here we are landed with the Sprint 185 RLM racing, and Dan's unloading for us and pushing it into the rolling roll booth, where Rich and his team will do the safety thing of eventually getting the car ratchet strapped down nice and tight into the booth and onto the rollers. Security being, safety being the main cause here, because you are really going to test this car to its maximum RPM and speed. I mean, it could be hitting somewhere 130 miles an hour on the rollers. Next up, warm the engine up, making sure you get the water up to about 90 degrees, and then oil temperature's nice, oil pressure's looking good. Basically doing some preliminary checks on it, making sure we get cold start mapping now, a decent base map. We're just playing around with some of the settings really, because it's still not been mapped or anything. Making sure everything's looking rosy now. So Rich is going to plug in and we'll start to doing some sends. Right, starting to wind the wick up on this Sprint 185 now. Just a preliminary base run really first of all. Don't make massive power. It's just making sure and looking that temperatures and everything else is under control, but we will see what it makes. Yeah, not major power, 181, no timing, nothing adjusted on it, no real massive fuel changes to it and cutting it short on the RPM. Now we're going to start letting her eat, which is making some changes to it. Listen to that Dura-Power. Now we're getting somewhere. 216 is a bit of a spoof and a bit of a spike actually guys, so please ignore that. There's a bit of a spoof on the roll. But we're testing the Gen V throttle bodies, 4th gear, 1:1 ratio, full load, big send. (244 horsepower, 204 horsepower, 177 foot-pound of torque is decent. You've got to love the sound of those Gen Vs. They sound awesome. Right, tuning's getting done now, and we're going to wind the wick up, getting some last of the runs really in. Starting to dial things back a little bit, because originally we was making some 206s, 209 horsepowers, but we're actually sort of cutting the RPM a little bit back. But let's hear them throttle bodies again. Pretty much where we ended the day. So, well, cracking day there at RLM, 5 to 6 hours, dozens and dozens of pulls on a dyno. Rich sitting there dialing the car in with the Motorsport Electronics ECU at the helm and the throttle bodies singing like a charm. Well, what did she make? Well, the expectation is 185 horsepower. Kind of where we expected the numbers to be on this, with a 2-litre Dura-Power engine on those throttle bodies. Well, they exceeded our expectation. Well over 200 horsepower, a couple of pulls in 205, 206 horsepower. But we settled on around the 202 horsepower mark. cutting the rev limit down to 6,800, keeping it all safe. It's a road car at the end of the day. You're not going to be up there singing all the time. So plenty of power. But the most impressive thing was the torque numbers. Excessive of 170 foot-pounds, kicking in well in the 2,500 rev range, and basically up and a flat 9 torque curve, which is beautiful. It should make a lovely road car with that 5-speed gearbox. Now, if you want to know more about the Sprint 185 or the rest of the range in the MK Sportscars itinerary, then hook us up with phone call, email, or come and see us here at the factory. We'd love to see you guys. That's it for this week. Remember to like, share, subscribe. We will catch you on the next video.